What's up guys, and welcome back to Tech Plant. Today we are at Water Farms because I heard they got rare plants and some other great stuff, so let's check it out. This is kind of in the middle of Wisconsin, so I think a lot of people can have access to this place, but just check out the selection. He's got massive greenhouses out here and everything looks beautiful. Unlike most garden centers too, he's got a lot of native plants, your kind of outdoor style plants, but he also has a ton of indoor house plants and other succulents and just other collectible plants that a lot of us are after. That's what I'm really happy about when I came out here and saw all this. His overall selection though is absolutely massive. I mean, I was just walking up and down these aisles multiple times and seeing new things as I did. It was really awesome and tons of fun. Especially on the cold day that I went, it was nice and warm inside and just enjoyable to walk down the aisles. He had some of the largest string of pearls I've seen anywhere in Wisconsin, so that was pretty cool. And he had some other succulent hanging baskets, just along with tons of succulents. If you like succulents, this is definitely a great place to go because he has a good selection of those as well. Another thing I noticed and really liked is a lot of his succulents and the sedum and other kind of cactus varieties that he had. He was propagating a lot of them himself, which is super cool. It looks like as things grow and get kind of overgrown, he just separates it and starts new plots, and I think that's really awesome. If you like aloe vera, he has some huge aloe vera pots and they look awesome. I didn't really come here for any of the outdoor stuff for the succulents. I came here for the indoor plants that he has, and the cool thing is he has a lot of different cultivars of each type. So these spider plants, there's different ones. He's got tons of wandering Jews. He even has micans, which are pretty rare in my area. I've never seen these anywhere, so I was happy to be able to pick one up. If you're into begonias, he had an awesome collection too. A lot of the stuff he had too was stuff he propagated, which is awesome to see. I love seeing people kind of produce their own plants and kind of work towards it instead of just buying tons of plugs from nurseries and whatnot. So it's just neat to see the process and kind of what he had going on. I really liked his collection of begonias and I picked up 2 of them as well. Again, here's what I mean by his different varieties. I mean, he has all different varieties of the Peperoma caparata. He's got some reddish ones, green ones, dark green ones, and he even has a kind of variegated looking one. I mean, even look at his shamrock plant or oxalis plants. He's got the green ones and he has 2 different varieties of purple ones. This is what I mean. His collection is really deep. It has a lot of depth. It's just not one type of that plant. He has tons of different ones that are all related, and it's really cool to have those kind of options. Here you can see just how much stuff he's starting from seed and growing in his greenhouse. This is amazing because I think a lot of places buy the plugs, especially our big box stores. They just buy the plants from somewhere else, but this guy, he's starting them all and they just look awesome and way healthier because he's using good soil and just, I guess, love, or I don't know what, but everything looks great here. He had some string of turtles which are freshly propagated. These are what I was really after. I saw this on Facebook and that's what made me drive out, just because I can't seem to find any of them in my area, so I was super happy to pick these up. He also had a bunch of string of hearts. It looks like some Hoyas. I'm not really sure what these are, but just tons of other vining plants. He had Monstera adesani, just tons of awesome stuff. Here's a quick glimpse of what I'm picking up, but I'm going to show you some really good footage next. Now that I got these home, let's take a closer look, and this first one is going to be Sedum japonicum, also known as Tokyo Sun. I just like the color of this, and actually my wife picked this one out, so I think it's cool and hopefully we can spread it quickly. Next, we have a plant that I've had on this channel before, and I have made videos, but sadly I let mine die when I went on vacation, but this one is the purple passion plant. I do love the purple velvety stuff on it. Again, this one was also picked up by my wife. I can't wait to start propagating this one, and I just like how cool they look when they flower, even though they stink. This next one I was super happy to find. This is the philodendron micans. This one is really rare in Wisconsin, at least to find in stores, so I'm glad I could pick this up. Hopefully it vines out nicely, but we'll see. I just like their velvety appearance and just how it feels. I really like this one. This is the string of turtles. This is the one that actually got me to drive all the way out there. Like I said, saw this one on a Facebook group for Wisconsin, and that's when I knew I had to get out there and get one of these because every other one on Etsy is awfully expensive, and this one was pretty cheap for $8, so that was awesome. This one is a begonia, and there are tons of different begonia species, so this one is specifically Begonia maculata, and I really like this one. I'd never really seen these before until recently, and so I knew I had to have one. I love the spots on them though. It's a very unique looking plant. This one is the Begonia corallina. This one looks very similar to the previous one, except for the leaves are a little smaller, a little more crinkly, and then the dots are also smaller. Again, once I saw the first one, the Begonia maculata, I knew I wanted to get this one too, just because it's a slightly different variant, and I just like how it looks. This one is a watermelon peperomia. I've been looking for this for a long time. I could have ordered this offline, but again, it was winter time and pretty cold, so I was always kind of nervous to, plus they're pretty expensive. This was the most expensive plant I got at the greenhouse, but it was totally worth it because it's really healthy and there's tons of leaves. I really love the pattern on this one. Although this one looks very similar to the previous one, this one is called Peperoma verschaffelti. This one is kind of a smaller, or also known as like the mini watermelon peperoma, but it looks very similar but still different, so I picked this one up. Lastly, we have the Peperoma caparata, the variegated version. I did pick up one of these that was a more red version earlier, and I've showed that in earlier videos, but this one is a variegated version, so I was kind of happy to kind of get again a different variant of a similar plant. It looks very neat and very healthy, and I can't wait to propagate this one. Well guys, that sums up this video. I hope you liked the tour. I'm going to try and do more of these as the weather gets better and as I try and search out some new plants. The guy who owns this place is really awesome. He's really cool to talk to, so I highly suggest if you live in Wisconsin, go check this place out. I'll put a link in the description so you can find it and like their Facebook page and get updates, because I think they're closed right now due to coronavirus, but keep an eye out there because he's got some great plants. As always guys, may your plants grow strong and healthy. I'll see you next time.